Feeling when Pierre puts the puck in the net, relief?
No, it's a great feeling. I mean, it's, I think probably to sum it up, I think if you asked any of the guys in the room, I think it was, it's a win and a playoff berth for Mr. Snyder and for the unbelievable fans of the Philadelphia Flyers. And that's probably one of the first things that came to my mind.
A couple of the guys said the structure is what they went back to. The first period didn't go the way they wanted. Kind of looked like it did against Toronto the other night. But they said it's so ingrained in them, stay with the game plan and it'll work out. Is that sort of a credit to what you kind of instilled in the coaching staff?
No, that's a credit to the players. We were a little bit tight tonight. You know, there's a lot on the line. And I thought, for sure through the first, maybe even the first half of the game, we were a little bit tight just in terms of completing plays and executing. But, I thought the players did a great job just sticking together, talking about the right things on the bench, working, and trying to do the right things out on the ice. And when you do that, more times than not, things turn out your way.
You're going in 1 versus 8. Is there any reason for them to be tight at the start of the playoff series, or is it kind of like you?
We've had some good. We've had some good battles with them. You got to give them their due and full credit for the unbelievable season that they've had from start to finish. But we're gonna we start a new season here in whatever it is, 3, 4, 5 days, and that's what our focus will be on.
Hakstol said the other day that when you got off to the slow start this season, you never wavered in what you did, and he said that was a big juncture in the season, that from there forward you had the confidence to move ahead. Is that true?
Well, I don't think you can waver. I mean, sometimes things are going to go well, and other times they're not going to go the way that you want them. But I think inside of our room, from day one, we believed in the group. We believed in the character and the work ethic of the group, and from there, it's all the players in terms of those guys digging in, sticking together, pushing each other to be better, and in terms of the regular season, it culminates tonight with a good win that puts us into the playoffs.
You mentioned Ed Snyder. Did he call you to congratulate you?
No, I haven't talked with Mr. Snyder at this point in time yet.
You probably are going to say that there's still hockey to be played, and this is just a first step. But you guys won 5 of your first 18 games. How big of an accomplishment is it to get here after that?
I think for our players, it's a great step, and one that they should be very proud of. And certainly, I'm proud of the group and the way they've handled themselves. That being said, I know what the expectation level is inside of this room. It's not like we just had a good run for 10, 15 games. We feel like we've been a good team consistently since Christmas time, since the time we came back from the Western road swing where we didn't play very well. We've been pushing hard. We've put a lot into it, and this is one of the rewards for the guys. So, step 1 accomplished, but that's it. Step 1.
Simmons has something like 8 goals in his last 8 or 9 games. Have you seen an uptick in his play? Bounces going his way?
He just continues to do the same. He does the same things time and time again, and I think that's what leads to success as a player. He didn't start off the year the way he wanted to. He had some tough luck maybe the first few games, first month of the season. But he's been a very consistent, high-level player for us, throughout the majority of the season.
How about the glove save by Mason right before the first goal by Simmons?
Yeah, you can look to probably 3 or 4 different points in this game and say those are huge points of the game. That certainly is one of them. Huge save at a key time.
Between the early results and even the game result of this game aside, is this the most emotional day of the season, and how do you kind of weather that?
Well, it is. I mean, we've been pushing hard, to accomplish this goal. So absolutely, and it should be. Guys should be excited by it, and there should be some emotion to it. I think you embrace that, just like we embrace the challenge of pushing to get in. And embrace some of that emotion. We've got a hockey game to play tomorrow. and we're going to get ready and get prepared to do that. But you know what, for a little while tonight, you know what, I think not just our players, but hopefully our fans have a chance to enjoy this win tonight.
I know you've pushed a lot of the credit towards the players, but can you put your finger on it all why your teams have traditionally done better in the second half of the year than the first?
I don't know. We always put value on working to improve the things that we're doing. I think that has to start with the coaching staff looking at themselves, and you know, we try to do that inside of our coaches' room. But most importantly, and absolutely, it's the players that have a mentality to work at their game, to improve individually, and when you do that, if all of your, you know, if your players improve a little bit individually throughout a year, collectively, you're going to be a better team at the end of the year.
2 more questions, please. Obviously, the Penguins are missing some key guys, but just in terms of the direction of play, this seemed like night and day from today versus Sunday. What specifically do you think the players did differently today to turn things around against the Penguins?
Well, you know, they play a fast game. They play quick in all 3 zones. Without the puck, they play defensively. They play very quick. I don't think there was a whole lot of difference to the game. Obviously, you know, they had a couple of pretty good players out of the lineup, but their team plays a very good team game, and that's what we saw from them today. You know, for us, we were just a little bit quicker. Like I said, we didn't make a lot of plays and we didn't execute a lot of things early in this game, but we stayed with it and got through that point. You know, to the point in the game where we started to execute a little bit better, and you know, we just stayed with what we do.
Last question.
Dave, some consider this a rebuilding season. Playoffs weren't an expectation. Was that any motivation going into this season for you guys?
You'd have to ask the players. You know, for me personally, it's and for our group, for our staff, you know, it was a matter of pushing every day to win games, pushing every day to get better, and there's no question that this was one of the goals that we set for ourselves early in the year. So, you know, beyond that, it's tough for me to comment on the other stuff.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.